It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
Team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
He was brought down by...
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he finds Cook. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Off the play fake, Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 36 yards on the play. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Cousins now. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Justin Jefferson.
His second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Colts nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10
at their own 19-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
From the gun is Eason.
Open man is Trey Burton. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I know that on draft day, Jonathan Taylor was disappointed he didn't go in the first round, but when he heard his name called in the second round by the Indianapolis Colts, he had to be jumping up and down with excitement because of their big, strong, physical offensive line. And you put that with his downhill running style, and you've got a perfect combination.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A.J. Brown, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for
each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end.
Cousins.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Kyle Rudolph. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Cook. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down at the
good strong tackle by DeForest Buckner. Remember, the Colts gave up their first-round pick, number 13 overall, to get him from San Francisco, and they certainly think he's worth it.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. These two teams all tied after 1. First and 10, Eason. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Reception there by T.Y. Hilton, and he absolutely terrifies defenses when he gets downfield. Speed, shiftiness, excellent hands. 5 1,000-yard seasons in his career.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Eason. They'll roll him out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
18-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Taylor. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
The ball carrier.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. You go 19 tackle. 19 tackle. You got
On second down, it's Taylor.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Now 3rd down and 6.
Here's Eason off the play fake.
This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
A 31-yard attempt.
And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The tackle made back at his own 49.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
And the Vikings first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Throwing, Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. At the 32-yard.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, the evidence is once again presented why he was such a top target at LSU. And Justin Jefferson carrying that over to the NFL. He's what a lot of people call a natural pass.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now. Showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A.J. Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Colts have taken the lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
They go play action. Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Play action. It's Eason. Caught left side by Hilton. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Zach Pascal as the first half is winding down. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Colts 21, Vikings 7. Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And it's 3rd down.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
50-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's bring it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Taylor. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
This is Hines. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
The ball carrier.
And really, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor, and he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And
on 1st and 10, Cousins. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35, Vikings 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Cousins eluding the pressure right. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. He can only get a yard after all that. It's second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And it brings up third down.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
Yard line.
They'll run for it with Cook. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Second down and goal. Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. C.J. Ham there to make the grab. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. It's good, and it's now 35-14.
Makes the score.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
They run with Hines. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the gun, Eason. He's going deep for Brown. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A.J. Brown, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Colts add on to their lead. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Colts 42, Vikings 14.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Vikings on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now Cousins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Darius Leonard picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Now Cousins. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now a dump off here complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Cousins again. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Brandon, a lot of times you'll see running backs rotate in and out of the game, whether it's a completed pass, a good run, it doesn't matter. Here, not only does he stay in, but they go right back to it, and he makes another nice play.
Under pressure, and he'll go down, back at the 26-yard line. Darius Leonard getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. This one brought in by Jefferson. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. And he'll throw right away. Looking deep for Hilton. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun is Eason. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Minnesota.
But they didn't have their normal cushion there in order to punt the ball away. It leads to a lot of anxiety for the team kicking the football.
For the punter, you know that you've got to get rid of that quickly there. Not quick enough.
And also, not stepping behind you and stepping over the end line for a safety. That one gets blocked, and it's 6 points.
And that'll cut the lead back now to 21.
Score, Colts 42, Vikings 21.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he'll go down at the 28. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They run again with Hines. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game.
A 32-yard attempt.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it.